Hello, my name is Ezra, aka Mr. Nosy, and FYI, it's Waveform. Now, Waveform is created by Eden Industries, and this is the very first game they have made. And just to let you know, their ethos behind how they make games, or how they want games to be, are immediately accessible and essentially, at a basic level, just fun-filled play. So, and I like that, just to keep games simple, you know, take them back to their roots. Now, in this game, you control a wave of light that is oscillating through the galaxy. Now, by controlling the shape of the wave path, you're able to line it up to collect orbs of light in order to fulfill your quest to bring light back to the galaxy. Now, there are dozens of unique objects and situations that will affect your path of your wave in the game. So, it's quite exciting that you've got some simple gameplay, yet you've got lots of different things that are going to affect it. Now, there are 11 worlds to go through, each getting harder, so you go from planet to planet, basically, and each have more and more game mechanics that makes things harder. So, for example, on certain levels, you have glass platforms that you have to reflect your line off, and there are blocks that get in the way that if you hit them, you will die. So this game, just that you know, does get quite hard, and I have found elements of this extremely tough. This game is very addictive, like I said. But anyway, let's just hop into this straight away so I can show you. Showing is better than talking. So here I am currently at Uranus. Yes, Uranus, which is planet 3. So let's hop straight in and we'll get going. So if I take you to, if I go back one level, no, that's the beginning. Right, so if we start off on Neeptune, that level is incredibly hard, so let's go on this level 9. Now, like I was saying, even though the game is incredibly addictive, I do believe it's best enjoyed in short periods, as it can be extremely frustrating when you can't get it right. And to begin with, just let me tell you, I got hardly anything right whatsoever. You really do have to get used to manipulating the wave path. Just to get it to go where you want it to go is actually quite hard to do. Moving it up and down and left to right. Trust me, I know it sounds simple. I know it does. But you'll see when you start playing it, you'll be just as frustrated as I was. But yeah, I do think this game is probably best enjoyed in short periods, to save yourself the incredible frustration that you're bound to run into. So you can see on this level, like I was saying before, you've got little glass mirrors, basically, that you can reflect your waveform off of, like so. Just makes it that a bit more interesting and slightly faster and slightly more complex. Now, a little tip for all you guys out there who are new to playing this game, and so I'm still pretty new, so... But a little tip for you, when you're trying to line up the wave to the orbs, if you do mess it up like I have, it's probably best to start again, as once you mess it up, you get out of your rhythm, and you do generally lose where you should be. And another little tip, as you can see when you're lining the waveform up to the orbs, try and make sure each time, I know it may seem a little small thing and you may think, nah, it's probably not that important, but make sure each time that the wave crests just at the top of the orb. So for example, this next one here, oh no, sorry, I got that wrong. Okay, let's just get through to the next orb. Right, you see these blue orbs here on these platforms, you've got to make sure that they just crest the top, like so. Otherwise, and here look, so as it reaches the top, it reaches the top of the orb and comes straight back down. If you do overcook it, then like I say, it will generally tend to mess things up. So you must be diligent in lining everything up perfectly to a T. So you see these black squares at the bottom there? They are things that if you run into them... you might have seen it a minute ago. If you run into them, you do kind of... blur, it kind of causes like a chain explosion. It causes everything to blow up around it, which is not good. As you can see, I'm not... That's what I mean there. It was obvious it's going to happen. It's quite clear that I'm not that great at this game yet. I'm slowly getting there. Now this basically because you're, I guess, because you're at the end of the second planet. It's kind of like a mini boss thing, I expect. Now what this is you get a planet that kind of chases you, or a meteor. I'm not 100% sure on what it's meant to be. And you get these little radioactive rocket symbols. Now when you hit them, it gives you like a little boost. Now you have to get them to stay ahead of this planet, otherwise you will die. Also, those little lines that you see there that I just got and it makes a funny noise, they give you a bonus if you stay along them for the whole time. As also do those little hoops, which say ×2. Obviously, that's ×2 bonus. So you see when I get this little rocket, it gives me a little boost. I'm actually surprised that actually being able to stay alive so far, I was being able to talk to you guys. I thought I would honestly crash and burn. Yeah. But now, like I said before, don't put this game down if you don't get it straight away when you're trying to maneuver these waves. Honestly, I was so bad. It must have taken me at least 10 to 15 attempts to even get close to getting any of the orbs. So trust me, when you hit all of them at once and you are having a good run, it is extremely satisfying. And you got to trust me on that one. Right. Another thing that I want to say about this is the soundtrack to this is pretty good. My first thoughts of this were that it's a bit lackluster in places. Now I think from playing games such as now I'm going to forget the name of the game now because I'm concentrating on this. Certain games such as what was it called? Let me just remember it when we finish this. Right, there we go. Quickly, when you finish the end of the game, you saw there was that little white zone. If you hit that, you get a bonus point. But it's basically the end of the game there. So, if you've played games such as... Oh, come on. Think. Really Big Sky. There you go. If you've played games such as Really Big Sky, you know that soundtrack is awesome. And it always keeps you pumped, kind of moving on. It's quite quick. Now, I thought that soundtrack would fit perfectly on this, but... You know, this actually works for me now. Give it a bit of time and it really does work. It's kind of a bit chilled out, which is what it needs to be. And it's got an awesome space vibe, so to be fair, you can't really go wrong with it. So this is the finished screen here. And you've got results, your score, your bonuses, and basically how many orbs you collect gives you a percentage of how complete it is. And you get stars according to that. And obviously if you just hit retry, you go through and try again. But I'm going to move on to another level now to show you some other situations that you can get in and some other different factors that they put on you. Now, I really think, again, I said this on my last FYI, if you are a perfectionist, I think you're going to love this game. Because this really does force you to want to go back and complete everything, because the satisfaction level is huge. Right, so now we're on Uranus. I'm going to go to level 2. I can't quite remember what was in this one. I got a rank D last time. I'm finding these quite come hard. It's quite hard now. Right. Oh, the music, by the way, is composed by Scott McFadden. So keep your ears out for him if you find him anywhere else. Now this one has some black squares in it, and if you hit those, you do die. But they, for some reason, they do disappear. They stay like this for a while, and then they will suddenly disappear. And they will actually have orbs behind them, like you see here. There we go. And suddenly they will all come back in again, and then they'll catch you off guard, and you will die. There we go. So now we speed up a bit. But see, it is quite hard sometimes as well. You have to kind of rejig your oscillation path to try and fit in with other lines quickly if you are completely out of sync, which can be quite tough. Oh, this can be really tough certainly when you speed up. Trust me. See, now I'm a bit out of sync, so you've got to kind of quickly rejig yourself, like so. And it does mean you're going to you will miss orbs. Try not to kick yourself when you do. By the way, when I'm silent, you know I'm really concentrating in this. Yeah, the visuals in this game, something that I wanted to mention. They are really nice. The colours of the orbs are really vibrant. The background is pretty simple, but, you know, it works quite well. You've got the lines at the top and bottom of the screen, add a bit of colour to it, and usually match what's going on in the game. Yeah, and it just... The colours really make this stand out. Damn, I missed it. Oh, now I messed it up. There we go. Back in sync. There we go. Damn it. See now? This is what I mean when you got to kind of rejig it to get it back in sync. And yeah, I just didn't do it there. So I didn't have a very good finish there. How did I do? Let's skip this. It's pretty rubbish. 43%. It's awful. So let's go to a different one. Let's maybe go to the next one, which is, I think, the hardest one I've come across so far. Now, like I was saying, if you do get annoyed easily, be aware that you will probably not like this game, as you have to give in a bit of time to get used to it. And trust me, I've got pretty annoyed with this game myself. Yeah. Especially when you're sitting on your PC and you kind of think, you know, I'm going to sit down for a long while to play some games. Might not be that type of game for you. Just keep that in mind. Now, I think this game would go really well on a port to mobile platforms like Android or Apple. You know, any mobile kind of device. I think this would go awesome on. As long as you figure out the, you know, the pinch to zoom controls, I just think that would go really well. And seeing as usually, like I was saying, this would go down well on quick bursts of play. If you're on a bus or you're on a car journey somewhere, very easy to pick up, very easy to put down. It's going to kill some of the monotony of your car journey, especially with the nice soundtrack. And so far, from what I've played of this game, the variation has been quite good. It does introduce new things into the game quite well concerning timeline. Like, all these bricks are pretty new for me. And that planet as well. And these glass bricks. There we go. Damn. Balls. Yeah, the pacing of the levels is quite good. It's not too quick, but it does speed up. So it does... The difficulty level does increase. You can see that this is quite hard. Okay, we're getting back into the rhythm of it now. Here we go. Here we go. But yeah, this game is... It may just be me, but it's damn hard. I've not... So far, I haven't got anywhere near the 100% completion rate of any level yet. The most I've got near is like 60%, I think. And I wonder what I'm going to get on this. And this is not going to be great either. And get it in the vortex, whatever it is. 49%. See, I couldn't even hit 50 there. God, that's annoying. Right, let's go for another level. See if we can progress to the next one, as I have no idea what's in the next one. I would say that if you could buy the soundtrack for this game, it would be a wise investment. A wise investment indeed. So, Uranus 4? Spectrum shift, yes. Now, there are things that could be improved on in this game. It's not a perfect game, but it does a good job of what it's doing so far. I do think there could be kind of like a fun multiplayer element that could be involved, maybe for future iterations, or maybe for other games that the developers are going to make further on down the line. For example, in this I could see, you know, a fun kind of head-to-head style gameplay element. So for example, you essentially see this screen here for yourself, and then say at the top of the screen, sorry, hang on, give me a minute, and then at the top of the screen in the other half you would see your opponent, and you can essentially see how well each of them is doing, which puts pressure on you. And also, let's say if you do well, the more orbs that you clear, the more of those get transferred to the other player's screen. Now that tactic I quite like, and that's what's going to make it really competitive. I think something like that would be incredibly cool, just to give, you know, give the game a little extra shelf life. As people always like to be competitive. And me, I'm not a huge fan of just having scoreboards and you just trying to beat other people's scores. It's not my thing. You know, fair enough if it is yours, but I think that competitive element would be good. No. Right, there you go. My first death of me losing. Right, so we're gonna get. Let's try again. I don't know how I'm meant to clear that out of the way. I don't understand. Yeah, another thing is, say if you had, like I said, that split screen kind of style approach. Say if one person say if one person was doing better than another, then say it would give the other person more opportunities of getting better power-ups, so the person who's doing better actually becomes a bit worse off because they don't have many power-ups. Oh. Whoa. Sorry again. Got my concentration face on. So it's quite hard because I wrote some things down, you know, some points that I wanted to talk about, and it's a stupid idea because now I can't even see them because I can't take my eyes off this stupid screen. Ah, no! Green. Right. Got a bit of space there to work with. Right. What's next on the agenda? Yeah, like I said, the controls are a bit hard to begin with. Now, I hate tutorials, and you know, I think it's good that they kind of throw you in at the deep end. Maybe gives you some really basic training levels just to kind of really make sure you get all the controls down. I think that would be good. Not just kind of talking you through it, but just making the levels a bit easier to begin with, I think would be welcomed. Let's skip on to the next level. Yeah, and one other thing which I think may impact this game is the fact that I think you do have to put a bit of time into this to make yourself good, like I was saying. You do have to put a bit of time in to make sure that you know the differences in movement which affect the waves. Oh, this is cool. So this must be a new type of level. Twinkling level. A little bonus one. Yeah, I think you've got to put a bit of time in. So if you just kind of want to pick it up and put it down and leave it for like a week or so, when you come back to it, I think it will be quite frustrating when you can't actually do very well at it. So I think playing this game frequently is what's going to make this quite successful. So this is interesting. So all the orbs disappear. That's great, because I'm going to be awful at this as well. I just know it. What's that thing there? Right, so it appears I've got some... it's like a spinning little thing on my orb, which I guess just knocks other orbs. Oh man, I've ballsed it up. It must just knock other orbs. Oh, we've got two of them now. Nice. Here we go. So if we go straight through, they're going to knock them all for me. Yes, I like it. So yeah, and this is another thing that I like about them, is just the steady kind of like... Not unlock progression, because it's not, you don't unlock things, but the reward system seems to be really well paced in this. So good job with that. And it is nice that the gameplay is pretty varied. Like I said, this is only the third world, so I'm excited to see what they're going to give us next. I might actually do quite well at this one. No, balls. No, we're not. Oh, I think the ball's set up again. Here we go. This is better. Oh, yes. Just how we like it. Down, down. Oh, yeah. And an achievement. Look at that. We love achievements, don't we? What's that say? Ah, bonus. Oh, bonus. Ah, look at me go, people. Look at me go. Oh, yeah. Bow down to me now. Look at that score. What have I got? Come on, I've got to have over 50% here. Come on. 66. Probably one of my best so far. Well, yeah, I've really enjoyed this game so far. Like I said, it's probably best to play it in short bursts. Don't leave it for too long, otherwise you will lose your kind of skill level that you've built up so far. But yeah, I really like it. The music ties in really well with the game. The graphics are all really nice. You've got nice gameplay elements that keep adding to the game as you go along. It is really rewarding when you do well in this game. Yeah, so far from what I've seen, I really like this game. So congrats to the developers on this for your very first game as well. I think it's really good. So my name is Mr. Nosy, and this has been an FYI of Waveform. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you like it, thumbs up and comment down below as well. If you don't like it, thumbs down by all means. You know, we like two sides to the story. And we will see you guys next time for another FYI. See you guys later.